Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this miserable day, and if you want to make it just a bit better for me, please feel free to hit the like button. Or wait and see how good this video is and then hit the like button. So, today we will be looking into Temu tools. As I said in a post previously, this was my first order from Temu, so they gave me a bit of a discount. And by a bit of a discount, I mean the JAVN red ratchet you see in front of you, I got for about €7. I also got this Worklight for around €4, this bolt or screw extraction kit for about €10, this extension about €1.5. And of course, we will be comparing all this against the offerings from Lidl in the form of Parkside tools and a bit of Makita. You'll see later on. Now, of course, if you've already ordered from Temu, this ratchet won't be €7 for you. It's going to be more like 70. So for €70, it's not worth it at all, because for €70, well, for less than €70, for 45 in fact, you can get the Parkside cordless ratchet with a battery and a charger included, and that will cost you around €45, depending on the country, of course. So the question is, if it's your first time buying from Temu, should you spend €7 on this? Okay then, let's get into it. First up, the ratchet. This is how my Temu ratchet was delivered. It's from a company called JAVN, or JAVN. In the kit, you get a bag, which is of rather questionable quality, I would say. However, it will still do the job. Some instructions, which of course have no relation to the tool in the box. So we're on track there. And the ratchet itself. You get a couple of sockets as well. You get a battery, 12-volt tool, it's an on-off trigger, so no speed control at all, and you've got the choice of direction here, back and forward. In terms of a charger, you get this USB charger, which you can plug into any USB socket that you have, or even into a computer. And the competition for that ratchet would be my trusty old Parkside first edition cordless ratchet. With a very big trigger that has a speed control, this annoying button that you have to press in order to activate it. And of course, the forward and reverse here at the top. If you want to see the full review of the newest Parkside cordless ratchet, check out the video I've linked in the description. Now, moving on to testing of these ratchets. We've got my world famous, patented, of course, cordless ratchet testing rig. We've got a couple of bolts, which are 3 M6 bolts, and the rest of them are M8 bolts. So 10mm here and 30mm here. And we've got nylon lock nuts for each bolt, new for each run, so we can see how these cordless ratchets handle some resistance. There we have it, nuts in place. And now time for the first run with the Parkside. First run, going from right to left, we'll tighten all the nuts, and then from left to right, we will untighten them. And then we'll do the same thing again, however, with new nuts this time, for the JAVN cordless ratchet from Temu. And now, opposite direction. Time to unscrew them. All the batch going away, and new nuts going on. And now we move on to the world famous JAVN cordless 3/8 ratchet. Milwaukee ratchets are a cheap copy of this, I can assure you. Noise test, equal distance, Parkside going first. The JAVN is quieter, however, it is brand new. This I've been using for at least a year, so I think we can safely say they're pretty much equal. Now, let's find out their maximum unscrewing torque. This is rated at 54 from Parkside, 54 Newton meters that is, whereas this is 45 Newton meters from JAVN themselves. Let's see how they handle 25 Newton meters. First up, the Parkside 3/8 inch to 1/2 inch adapter and 17mm socket. Not a chance at 25. And the JAVN at 25. Let's test the JAVN at 30. I have to say, this is not how a cordless ratchet is meant to be used. However, it's still nice to know. JAVN going after the 30 Newton meter mark. 35. 35. And that's it for the JAVN. As you should. So, the question so far, can a €7 ratchet convince you to shop at Temu? Because I know it convinced me. Let me know down in the comments. On to the other items from Temu and Parkside. 2 Worklights. Right hand side from Temu and left hand side from Parkside. Let's start off with the Temu one. You get a charging cable and the Worklight. Even as I get it out of the box, I can tell you it's a very questionable quality. It doesn't want to bend in certain directions. The joints feel very cheap and the plastic feels very cheap. Here, have a look at this. Yeah. This was €5. And this is the one from Parkside. As you can see, it's quite a lot bigger. The joints feel a lot better. The normal price for this Parkside Worklight is about €20. However, I got it on sale for €10. Look at the difference. No bending here. Well, bending that's not supposed to happen anyway. The bending that is supposed to happen in the joint is, for this price, very good. Or even excellent. You get a charging station. If we can get it out. There you have it. And I think there was a USB Type-C cable in there that I somehow managed to lose. But anyway, wait a second. There it is. Found it. I dropped it on the ground. So you get a USB-C cable and a charging station. The Temu Worklight has 2 joints instead of 1. However, it doesn't bend as in many ways as the Parkside does. Okay, trying out the magnets. Perfect for the Parkside. And you can adjust it as you please. And this is the Temu one. It does have a weaker magnet. In this test, there is a clear winner for me. It's the Parkside. Next thing from Temu is something that I never would have bought had I not been provided with a 50% off coupon for it. And that thing is this bolt/screw extractor kit. The idea is, if you round out the head of a bolt, you can extract it with these bolt extractors. So, let's test them out then. Unfortunately, I don't have a Parkside equivalent to test these against. However, that won't stop me. Let's get into it. Rounded out enough for you? Let's try them out then. Now that we've done that, let's see which ones we can use. So we've got a 10mm screw in there, which means remover number 2 for that one. We've got 30mm, which should be remover number 5. And we've got 17mm, which should be remover number 9. 3/8 of an inch. Speed 1 with the M6 screws first. Okay, just for reference, this is a 10mm socket on the other rounded out screw. Well, I was impressed at first, but now I'm not so much. Let's put in a bit more effort for the others. I reckon these two are the interesting ones, so let's go straight for them. This should be the 30mm. Let's try it with a normal socket. Absolutely no chance of it getting out. Okay, and now time for the extractor. Will it shine? Number 5 extractor. I hope this was a good spend of my €10. These are, so far, turning out not to be a bad investment, don't you think? And the 17mm one. It's on there pretty tight. This is the 17mm screw that the screw extractor managed to pull out. I would say these are worth buying. What do you think? Do you agree or not? Let me know. And my final purchase from Temu, because I've already deleted the app, a bendable extension for screws in difficult to reach places. I've got this one, which cost me around €1, and I'll be testing it against my own personal favorite, the Makita Flexible Impact Extension. It's extremely difficult to use, this thing. And on top of that, my bit flew off somewhere. Luckily, I've got a spare, so let's carry on. This is the Makita Impact Extension. Costs about 20 times as much, about 20-something euros. I've been using it for over a year, and I've absolutely loved it. So, let's see how it does. It's not as bendable, must be said. Because it's impact rated, so you can throw it on an impact driver and it will be fine. You'll get some torque loss out of it, however, still, it will live to tell the tale. I'll tell you what, it looks like it's not much. However, if you're trying to do stuff around the car, and especially on the interior, this is irreplaceable.